More people are surviving cancer than ever before. Thanks to decades of research, survival from cancer has doubled in the last 40 years, giving thousands of people more time with their loved ones. But this progress simply would not have been possible without animal research. David Scott. It is for this reason I must oppose the following resolution. Resolved. The United States federal government should ban all testing that requires the use of animals. I'd like to offer a new resolution. The U.S. federal government should ban all cosmetic testing that requires the use of animals. To start off, I would like to define the word all as a whole, quantity, or extent of a particular group or thing. Contention 1. The ban of cosmetic testing. Countless animals spend their lives in cages, undergoing painful tests in the name of cosmetic safety. Many cosmetic companies test on animals to determine whether ingredients and products are safe for human and environment upon disposal. Animal testing is not required in the cosmetic industry, and there are many non-animal testing methods now available. Testing a product on an animal does not guarantee its safety with humans. In fact, in the pharmaceutical industry, 92% of new drugs that appear safe after animal testing turn out to be unsafe or ineffective in human trials. Millions of animals are forced to give their lives for cosmetic safety despite this statistic. New alternatives for animal testing offer cheaper, humane, and scientifically superior ways to evaluate a product or ingredient safety. Some proven methods include three-dimensional human skin models, which can replace using rabbit skin for irritation testing, and cell culture tests for sunlight-induced toxicity, genetic mutations, and other harmful effects. With so many superior alternatives now available, the use of animals for testing the safety of cosmetic products is completely unnecessary. Contention 2. Medical advances. New cancer drugs account for 50 to 60% of the gains we have made in the cancer survival rates since 1975. Overall, these medicines have contributed to a remarkable 10.7% of the increase in life expectancy at birth in the United States. Until recently, surgery, radiation therapy, and chemotherapy were the dominant treatments for cancer. But now, thanks in large to animal-based research, there are new molecular and genetic understanding of tumor biology, leading to treatments that set out to more directly kill cancer cells, which are molecularly different from normal cells. A cure has not been found for HIV/AIDS, but with the new therapies, HIV has become a chronic disease, and infected persons are living normal lives for many years. Research including work with animal models, continues to develop new medicines with fewer side effects, as well as to create a vaccine. Candidates that have many make HIV infections preventable. According to Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research, in the past few years, Parkinson's research has advanced to a point that halting disease progression and even Parkinson's are considered realistic goals, thanks to animal research. With that, I'd like to move on to my opponent's case. The entirety of her speech consists of consents. She says that rights must be given to animals, but how can we give consents to something that can't even talk? Think of this. When a lion hunts a gazelle, it does not ask the gazelle if it's okay to eat it in order to survive. That would just be preposterous and completely irrational. Humans, being that they are at the top of the food chain, find different ways to survive, just like the lion has found by killing this gazelle and eating it to survive. And us humans have found that using animal research by using animal research, we can find cures to diseases that were killing humans off. Banning these tests would just cripple modern medicine science. This is just another way of life, just another way of bettering ourselves for the sake of mankind. When testing on animals, scientists do not just butcher 50 rats and then start the test. They take 50 rats and carefully test them while giving them anesthetics so they don't feel the pain that we hear so much about. According to ColombianCruelty.com, 2/3 of all animal testing is done for cosmetic research. If we only ban cosmetic testing, that would leave 1/3 of animal testing to find a cure for fatal diseases such as cancer and AIDS. If it weren't for animal testing, disease such as smallpox, chickenpox, and influenza would still be thriving. I agree that we should have alternatives instead of animal testing when it is necessary, such as substituting animals in the cosmetic industry, but something that is unlikely to happen is testing on humans. Who would volunteer their healthy life for modern science? The rich, the poor, the desperate? Even if people do volunteer themselves for the sake of science, it'll come with a price that may rise above the price of animal testing. Nevertheless, finding someone to give their life to science is a slim chance. My opponent also defines animals as the non-human animal. So should animals such as cockroaches, clams, fish, and frogs also be a part of our concern? They're all in the kingdom of Animalia, and should pests also be spared from these tests because they're animals and it is morally wrong to kill them? When your house is infested, you don't just flip a coin to see who gets to live there. That's just not how things work. They'll never work that way, and even if it is morally wrong to kill them. With this in mind, I strongly urge an opt ballot in this round. Thank you.